Breaking news, Andrew Luck has announced his retirement, and that means one thing. That matchup that we almost saw last year, the Patriots and the Saints, is going to happen this year. The script is flipped. Indianapolis was the team that they wanted to win the Super Bowl 13 years later. But shit happens, right? Andrew Luck's body was just not healing. Or was this all part of the script with the unlucky number 13? Because 13 years later from the Indianapolis Colts' last championship in 2007 would be 2020. There is a ritual meaning of Andrew Luck's, can you say, scripted injuries? Because in gematria, it is calf that equals 22 and 13. A calf injury, supposedly, kept the Colts from winning the Super Bowl 13 years later in 2020. And very clearly, this means that this is forever going to be Peyton Manning's team for life. And number two, Drew Brees is going to be winning the Super Bowl against Tom Brady. It is Drew Brees that was born in a particular Chinese zodiac. Well, you know what? Let's save the astrology for another video. But here was the original script. I am convinced that this was the original script, that this injury may have been part of the syncing up of the script for Andrew Luck to miss the season, with the Indianapolis as the front runner, assuming that Andrew Luck was there, because Indianapolis and City of Miami equal 123 and 60. But here's the significance of Andrew Luck's scripted retirement from the National Football League today. It is Indianapolis Colts. It is retired at both equals 75 in gematria. In simple gematria, and then here it is Pythagorean gematria. Can you say bad luck for the Colts 13 years later in the year of Super Bowl 54? Of course, because number 18 won their last Super Bowl. It's bad luck that equals 54. 13 years later is 2020. It is 13 that equals 99.45. It is New England. It is Drew Brees. It is the quarterback matchup itself. Brees-Brady that has gematria of 99 and 45. There were 99 prior seasons in the NFL this year. The 2019-20 NFL season would mark the 100th season in the history of the National Football League. So let me show you that quickly. 99 prior seasons. Tom Brady's last Super Bowl title would occur in the 99th season. This is the significance of Saints and Patriots occurring in the 100th season of the NFL. And in the 101st season in the NFL, it is the New Orleans Saints are going to be your defending NFL champions. It is Louisiana that equals 101 and 38. It's Florida that equals 38, the site of the Super Bowl. It is Andrew that has gematria of 65. Andrew Luck. His injury on a date numerology today of August the 24th means that this is a scripted announcement. Let's see here. This wasn't a date numerology of 61. I don't know why I thought it was a date numerology of 61 here. But anyways, Andrew Luck, the date numerology of today is a date numerology of 26. 26 is the God number. There wasn't really much to talk about with 26 here, or even 71 itself. August the 24th of the year 19, though, is a date numerology of 51, and it is conspiracy that equals 51. So the NFL write their scripts. They write Andrew Luck's career to be a career of bad luck and misfortune. This is out of Andrew Luck's control, and this is all in the hands of the Matrix itself. in the league that runs it. But it's Miami that also has gematria 45. It is Miami, Florida. It is Patriot that equals 36 and 99. 99 prior seasons in what it represents. Super Bowl 64, New Orleans Saints equals 64. It is Drew Christopher Brees. It's Horseshoe. It's Andrew Luck that equal 112 in gematria. Andrew Austin Luck, and what it represents, his gematria of 196, is the Grand Master Plan. The Grand Master Plan in store for the National Football League to script out this NFL season. Certainly today is going to have a lot of occultic significance. Grand Master Plan for the New Orleans Saints to get payback from the National Football League. Andrew Luck's retirement, and we have Drew Brees knocking off Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And you know, for the Kansas City Chiefs, another year of disappointment before they make it to Super Bowl 55. It is Patrick. It is Choker that equal 33. That is the meaning of Patrick Mahomes losing in the playoffs this year. It is Brady versus Brees. It is championship that equals 68. They are going to play against each other for a championship. The last NFC team to win the Super Bowl was the Eagles. Likewise, it is Drew Brees that is going to be the next quarterback in the NFC to win the Super Bowl. It is Brees that has gematria 49 and 22. The Super Bowl is going to be played on February the 2nd, which is 2-2. It is February the 2nd of 2020. That is a date numerology of 44. It is the Saints' last Super Bowl title that occurred in Super Bowl 44. The Saints won Super Bowl 44. They are going to win the Super Bowl 10 years later in Super Bowl 54. Their two Super Bowls add up to 98. It is going to happen against the Patriots. Tom Brady has gematria of 98. It is champions that has gematria of 98. The Patriots would be playing for the chance to win a repeat. It's repeat that equals 65 and 29. Perfect. Andrew Luck's injury is why that's going to be the case. It is the Super Bowl that's going to be held at Florida. Perfect. All this is synced up perfectly. It's Drew that equals 23. It is Brady that has gematria of 23. They have the same gematria as the last Super Bowl was played on 2-3. It is Atlanta, Georgia that also has gematria of 23. Now, Andrew Austin Luck's retirement has gematria of 117. What does 117 represent? Is that Drew Brees has a playoff record of 8-7. He can make it to the Super Bowl with 10 wins. He can win his 11th playoff game against, you guessed it, Tom Brady. And Drew Brees is going to go 2-4-2 in the Super Bowl once he wins on February the 2nd. He would beat Peyton Manning and he would beat Tom Brady, the two best quarterbacks out there. Is Drew Brees the greatest quarterback of all time? Is that what this Super Bowl is all about? More to come with Drew Brees. With Bill Belichick, who knows? His 12th playoff loss could have occurred against, you guessed it, Andrew Luck. But it's actually going to occur against the Saints. He would be at 32 wins if he were to have a bye and to make it into the Super Bowl. If the Patriots have a bye and they make it to the Super Bowl, then they would enter the Super Bowl with 33 wins on the 33rd day of the year, which is February the 2nd. That is, of course, if they get a bye. Now, if they're in the wild card round, then they would enter the Super Bowl with 34 playoff wins. Bill Belichick would. It is the Saints that has gematria of 34. Perfect gematria. The Saints equals 34. The last Super Bowl is on the 34th day of the year. How many playoff wins do the Saints have in their history? Tom Brady's not going to win 7 Super Bowls. He's going to remain at 6 Super Bowls. Drew Brees would have 4 less Super Bowls than Tom Brady. February the 2nd equals 4. Total amount of wins in the playoffs for the Saints. There'd be a narrative for the Saints to lose their 12th playoff game. If the Saints get a bye, they could win their 12th playoff game in the Super Bowl. In Super Bowl 54. And let's type that out. Super Bowl 54. Super Bowl 54 and then Super Bowl LIV. Super Bowl 54, that 50 is the same gematria of Brady and then Drew. And Drew retires. Now Drew can win the Super Bowl. A riddle with Oliver Luck potentially. You know why that's the case? Oliver Luck, he was drafted by, he may have been drafted by the Saints. By the Oilers, maybe. See, he was drafted in the 44th round. He was drafted in the year 82. It's Saints that equals 82. It's Champions that equals 44. Houston Oilers, that's where Andrew Luck is from. The 82, the year 82 and what Andrew Luck in the unlucky 13th year since the Colts Super Bowl, what it really represents is the fact that, you know, Andrew Luck has bad luck and that it would be the Saints instead. That's what that represents here. How much time is this scripted announcement to the Super Bowl? 5 months and 9 days. That is 23 weeks. Definitely the Super Bowl matchup is set after today. It is Drew. It is Brady that equaled 23. Now with 5 months and 9 days, the last Super Bowl was over at Atlanta, Georgia, and that gematria equals 59. Sean Payton. It's Sean that has the gematria of retirement. Sean Payton, gematria 40. It is 2020 that adds at the 40. Nick Foles. Nick equals 19, the last quarterback to win the Super Bowl in the NFC. It's Saints that equals 19. $15 days from August the 24th to the start of the season. The last Super Bowl was at Atlanta. It's Atlanta that has gematria 15. It's Colts that has gematria 15. That's why we see this announcement 15 days before the start of the season. Now, what is the time duration from the announcement to Andrew Luck's birthday? 2012. Or rather, let me go back here. August the 24th. I need to do 2019. And then, of course, that is September the 12th, which is Andrew Luck's birthday. Time duration of 19 days. It's Saints that has gematria of 19. 19 days from today to his birthday. The script of the Super Bowl is set. It is Andrew Luck's scripted injury. New Orleans versus New England over at the city of Miami, Florida. The city of Miami, Florida. There is a script. It's coded. It really is. Whatever the Zionist of code had for the NFL this year. Was it scripted for Andrew Luck to fake his injury and to retire in the unlucky 13th year? Or were the Colts supposed to win and his body was not holding up? Today cannot be any more clear what's going to happen.